My name is Deb Boelz, and I'm the President and CEO of the Little Falls Area Chamber of Commerce that proudly serves all of Morrison County. The Chamber is pleased to be presenting awards today to some very deserving recipients. In this year of unprecedented worldwide pandemic known as COVID-19, the Chamber's role in the community shifted from member-focused programming to community support of all businesses. The Chamber was a source of information on the various state, local, and federal grant and loan programs. As one business faced full or partial governmental shutdown, another business would flourish. We saw the entrepreneurial spirit shine through our businesses as they adapted and focused on what they could do to continue to serve their customers and support their employees through this difficult time. All in all, 2020 did have some good things to celebrate, and the Chamber's 2020 Annual Awards is one of those. Since 2007, the Chamber, through the Outstanding Service Committee, has identified a large and small business of the year and a volunteer of the year. And at this time, we're adding 3 very deserving names to our wall plaque. The first business we're honoring this year is the 2020 Large Business of the Year, and that goes to Thielen Meats of Little Falls. John and Linda Thielen took a leap of faith and opened Thielen Meats of Little Falls in 1990. Starting with 10 employees and long work hours, the Thielens have grown and evolved their business to serve not only the local community, but countless travelers on their way to their cabins points north of Little Falls. Thielen Meats is a destination business for Little Falls. Thielen Meats is a full-service meat market and processing facility, making their own product line, processing wild game, and manufacturing agricultural products. The groceries available on their shelves are not only national brands, but include locally grown and processed items. The Thielens understand that if one business does well, others in the area will do well too. The business has expanded several times throughout its 30 years and now proudly employs over 25 loyal, hardworking employees. Thielen Meats neared its physical lot capacity and was forced to find creative ways to adjust to the ever-changing business needs. The meat market has added square footage to both the building and the parking lot. With the purchase of the adjacent lot, a portion of the land was used to create a designated RV trailer parking, a picnic spot, and that's so important, pet exercise area for travelers coming off the highway, making it convenient and inviting to stop in. An extensive addition came in 2013 that enabled the business to expand in multiple areas. The retail area was given a facelift along with increasing space to include a new 60-foot long meat case that spans near the entire width of the store, making it the largest in the Midwest. And that meat case always sparkles and shines. In 2013, they also saw changes to the sausage department, adding space to the integrated automatic equipment that was less labor intensive, increased the speed and consistency for making what is now over 50 varieties of sausage products. Gone are the days of hand mixing and linking sausage. One of the most unique aspects of the expansion was an ingenious idea that John came up with to better serve customers that weren't able to pick up their orders during regular business hours. A separate room with a keypad entry was created so customers could order ahead and pick up their product anytime. Hence, 24-hour pickup was born. With the 2020 pandemic, this room served an additional function as a contactless pickup option for customers. Support to the community is paramount to the Thielens. Sharing their time and talents to serve on nonprofits' boards is supported with donations of their products. As John moves towards retirement, he feels confident that his children, with the support of their employees and the community, will continue to keep the business thriving. John attributes the success of his business to the loyal community of Little Falls, as well as to his dedicated staff. He continues to practice the same principles taught by his father, to treat employees well and always put the customer first. So congratulations to John and Linda Thielen, their children Jessica and Michael, on being named the 2020 Large Business of the Year. And this award is sponsored by Benefit Innovations. So John, Linda, Jessica, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb. Okay, thank you, Deb. Before I start off here, I'd like to start by thanking you and Mary and Gina. I've worked with you through the board, and you do a wonderful job representing the city of Little Falls, and I do appreciate that. I'd also like to thank all of my employees, past and present. I would be remiss if I did not mention the two guys that originally started with me, Dave Jansen and Jerry Langer. They helped me get that store off the ground, and they both are currently retired, but they sure gave me a big lift when we first started. I want to thank my family members. All of them have also worked at the store over the years, from my oldest daughter Amber to my youngest daughter Jess and Michael in between, and of course my wife Linda. It takes a lot of dedication and actually quite a bit of sacrifice to be accomplished at what you do. So I want to thank them all. As Deb said, we started here in 1990. It's been a really interesting and challenging experience. I'm fortunate for two things, I think. Little Falls is a very progressive business community, and I think I'm fortunate to be a member of that community, and if I can contribute back to it in any way, I'm very happy to do that. I'd also like to thank my mother and father, Junior and Dorothy Thielen, who are currently deceased. They got me started back in the meat business when I was a 17, 18-year-old person, and they gave me the knowledge to at least have a good foundation, so when I built here in 1990 that I was able to be successful. And I would also like to thank my customers. Without customers, Thielen Meats of Little Falls would not be successful at all, so they are critical to us. Thank you, Deb.
I am surprised and honored by this award, is how Ron Kresha responded to the news that he had been chosen the Chamber's Volunteer of the Year for 2020. Ron wears many hats in our community, including owner of the Golden Shovel Agency. He owns commercial and rental housing property. He currently serves as District 9B in the House of Representatives, a position that he's held since 2013, and he volunteers a lot in our community. After the cancellation of the Little Falls Arts and Crafts and Marketplace Fairs in 2020, Ron reached out to the Chamber to research options for an online presence for the fairs. After many hours of reviewing options and evaluating risks, it did not come out. However, the time and dedication he gave in the hopes of seeing our community continue to thrive through this pandemic is truly appreciated. Ron's ongoing support of the Chamber is noteworthy. He is always willing to visit with any groups of the Chamber and that may want some of his time. This often includes his legislative assistant to ensure that nothing gets missed during these interactions, always working to do all he can for the people that he represents. Ron has always put community first, including his family and his volunteer activities, and instilling in his children the tradition of community service. This past holiday season saw the community Thanksgiving dinner canceled due to the pandemic. Ron developed a plan with the Morrison County Ministerial Association, learning what had worked in the past, and spearheaded a plan to make some type of meal happen in 2020. Supporting our local business community, he raised enough money to cover the costs associated with the Thanksgiving meal and had enough funds left over to host the Christmas box lunch dinner event as well. Again, working with our local restaurants to ensure that everyone who needed a meal had one. So we congratulate Ron Kresha and thank him for everything that you do, both personally and professionally for us. And this award is sponsored by Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. So Ron, congratulations on being named our 2020 Volunteer of the Year.
So first of all, Deb, I'd like to thank you and the Chamber and all the efforts that your team has put together. As a very active chamber for Little Falls, it's been amazing to watch all the help for our businesses and so forth, and I'm so happy to be part of that and the activities that you bring up. I was surprised by this honor. I go back to my father, and what he instilled in me was you just always left things better than when you borrowed them or when you took them. And that included community. And one of the things that my dad was always doing was volunteering, not because we had to, not because we were supposed to, but because it was just the right thing to do. Participating in the community you grow up is just an honor and a privilege. And my family has been very, very blessed with all the people around here. When we first came, many people came and introduced us. And to carry on that tradition is just an honor. It's just something we enjoy doing. And I was very blessed for Thanksgiving this year when we were able to help feed over 600, I think we got over 650 meals out. And the families that came through and just were so thankful that we were able to provide something, that alone was enough warmness in my heart to get me through the holidays. My family was just, we enjoyed every moment of it. And the best part of it was, what I have found is, oftentimes there's always a solution. It's just getting people together. And I've been very honored that I could call up people and say, hey, I have this idea. And the next thing you know, the support just comes from places you don't expect. We raised a tremendous amount of money. Business owners stepped up. And we were able to get volunteers to get the meals out. It was just fantastic. And so I am honored. I am surprised. I didn't expect this, nor was it something that we were seeing in the foreseeable future, but I will take this on behalf of all the people that have stood behind me and helped us, and thank the community, and we look forward to continuing to do great things for Little Falls in this area. So thank you, Deb, and thank you to the Chamber for this great honor.
Opened in 1950, the Falls Ballroom, with its historic red kiosks, is a landmark in central Minnesota. The venue has hosted thousands of celebrations over the years. If that dance floor could talk, there would be countless stories of family celebrations and community events that have touched our lives and made for cherished memories. For the past 10 years, Will and Tiffany Threlkeld have owned the Falls Ballroom, growing the business by investing in the building and the grounds, updating the venue to meet the changing nature of the entertainment business, and expanding services offered with catering services, a food truck, creating an outdoor space for weddings, and a beautiful tiered garden setting. Will and Tiffany are generous supporters of the Minnesota Deer Hunters Association, the Morrison County Wild Gobblers, Pheasants Forever, Ducks Unlimited, Pine Grove Zoo's Gone Wild fundraiser, the Minnesota Fishing Museum, Mary of Lourdes Evening for Education, the Kinship Chili Cook-Off, Oasis Central Minnesota, and Minnesota Citizens Concerned for Life. Being veterans themselves, they regularly provide meals to the Minnesota Army National Guard and military organizations, including the Youth Camp, the Norwegian Exchange Program, and various military ceremonies, from training dinners to deployment ceremonies. In service to others, Will and Tiffany have volunteered at and provided meals for Oasis Share a Meal, and during the COVID shutdown, Will assisted Little Falls Community Schools in the spring of 2020 to coordinate school meal delivery. Due to COVID restrictions, the Falls Ballroom saw need and stepped in and prepared and packaged over 600 to-go meals for the Thanksgiving community meal. The ballroom is such an important part of our community, and we are so fortunate to have Will and Tiffany, who understand the need to grow and evolve their venue. The Little Falls Ballroom is a destination location for Little Falls, and because of this business, other businesses in the area benefit through hotel stays, meals eaten in restaurants, taxi services used, people employed, and most importantly, good memories made. So congratulations to the Little Falls Ballroom for being named the Small Business of the Year. This award is sponsored by Design Electronics. So Will and Tiffany, again, congratulations.
Thank you. Tiffany and I would like to start off by thanking our team at the Ballroom. We would not be able to do what we do without all of the amazing staff that we have at the Falls Ballroom, from the very first year that we bought it all the way to the 10 years later that we're at now. We'd like to thank the community for always being there for us, and coming out and supporting a lot of the events that we are a part of as far as fundraisers go, all the way into weddings, anniversaries, and all the fun stuff that we do host at the Ballroom. We look forward to the years to come. The last 10 years have been a lot of fun, and we look forward to being able to open up and continue doing what we do, working with weddings. We're very excited about the new garden out back for outdoor weddings, to the new garden in the woods that we've also put in, and expanding that in the years to come. We're very, very humbled by this award, and we just wanted to say thank you very much for the nomination, and we appreciate everything that Little Falls has done for us and that we hope to be able to do for Little Falls in the future. Thank you.